Hello coders, welcome to my channel. I am Aniket and today we will be discussing the GFG problem, minimum toggles to partition. Let's read the problem. Given an array containing only zeros and ones means this array is binary array. Find the minimum toggles switch from 0 to 1 or vice versa required such that the array become partitioned. That is, it has first zeros then ones. It means all zeros should be before all ones. It can be not allowed that this case, this type of case, where this zero is present after 1. In this case, all zeros should be present at before all ones. This can be allowed, this can be allowed, and this is also allowed because here if you imagine a imaginary zero here, then all zeros is present before all ones. This case is also allowed because if you imagine a 1 here, then all zeros present before all ones. So this case is allowed, this case is allowed, this case is also allowed, this case is also allowed, but this case is not allowed because here this zero is present after this one. So I hope you understand the question. What is the partitioned array? Let's try run this test case and find some observations. So my approach is find all operations required to make array partitioned through each possible through each possible partitions, and out of those all operations return the minimum operations. So my first question to you is, how can you find operation for any partition? Let's write this test case here. If you partition it here, then how can you find the number of operations required to convert it into a partitioned array? So the partitioned array should contain from this partition, before this partition, all characters should be 0, and after this partition all characters should be 1. So we want to find the that character which is not one, not 0 before it. So count ones in left side and count zeros in right side. If you count ones of left side, then it will give you the count of those ones which are we want to convert it into 0. So it will cost you toggle 1. So if the number of count 1 in left side is 2, so you need 2 toggle, 2 toggle operation. If the count of 1 is 3, then you need 3 toggle operation to convert it into 0. Here in this case also, if the count of zeros in right side is 1, then the number of toggle is 1. If the count of zeros is 3, then the number of toggle is 3. You want to convert all zeros in left side. You want to convert all zeros in left side into 1. So you need to count all zeros in left side. I hope you get the intuition and the answer to this question. How can you find operation for any partition? I hope you get this. Now My next question to you is, how can you find number of ones in left side and number of zeros in right side? My question to you. If you do brute force, let's discuss the brute force approach. So for this partition, you go left side and count all ones. Then it will cost you n operations, n operations for each partition, and you want to explore all possible partitions. So the number of partition is here. It approximately n. So for each partition you do n operation. For n partition you do n into n operations. So it is not feasible because it will give you the complexity of O of n square. So how to do it smartly? We can use prefix sum technique to calculate number of ones in left side. In prefix sum technique, we do all sums of the prefix. Here, if you do prefix sum of this array, then what it result to you? 10110, 10110. If you do prefix pre-sum, then here the pre-sum is 1. Here, if this one is plus 2, this 0, then it is also 1. Here, if this one is plus to this one, then it will give result to you 2. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 3 plus 0 is 3. If you are at any index, you can easily find the number of ones present in prefix of that index. Here the number of 1 is 2 and the corresponding value is also 2. If you are at this index, you can easily say there are three ones in prefix of this index. I hope you get the pre-sum logic. In this way, you can easily find the number of ones present in left side. But what about the number of zeros present in right side? So it can easily calculate it through n minus 1, I minus 1 minus, this will give you the all positions, number of positions after that partition. And if you do count minus 3, this 3 is the number of ones present in left side of partition, and this count is the total number of ones. If the total number of ones is subtracted from the pre, this will give you the number of ones present in right side of partition. I hope you get this easily because you already count the total number of ones. If you subtract 3 from this, then it will give you the total number of ones present in right side of the partition. And if you do subtract it from number of all positions after that partition, that it will give you the number of zeros present after that partition, or you can say right side. I hope you get this. Let's discuss the code about this. Here I store array.length into the variable n and initialize the count variable 0, and I will count increase. I will do count plus plus whenever I see a 1. It will give you the finally the count store the total number of ones. And similarly, if you do operation, you initialize operation to count and n minus count. Let's discuss this, why you do this. So as you can see in the above test cases, there may be this type of test case also, 0 0 0 0 0 0. Now let's say you have test case 1 1 1, you have test case 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0. So you only one toggle and it will give you the good array. Here in this case also 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1. Here also you need only one toggle and it will give you the good array. How can you find it? You know the count is the number of 1. If you do subtract it from the n, then if you subtract it from n, then it will give you the count of 0, and you do minimum of it. So here in this case the count is 1, and if you do n minus count, the this is only 1. So 1 and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 7 and 1, which one is minimum? So in this case it will give you 1, and in this case if you do count, so count is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10. And if you count n minus count, then it will give you only 1. So which one is minimum? 1 is minimum. So you always initialize your operation to this this initialization, and you only minimize your operation whenever you found any minimum value less than it. And I initialize my pre-variable to 0, and I always add that element into my pre-variable so that it will give the prefix sum of that index. Then I will do the same as I discussed. First operation is giving me the left, the right side number of ones, and it will give me the right side of zeros. It will give me the left side number of ones, and it will give me the right side of number of zeros. Which one is minimal? I will store it into operation and return it. I hope you get my code. Please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you for watching my video.